Recording in progress.
Take it from the top. Take it from the top.
Yo, 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 it's your man's Big Daddy Ruffneck. You're tuned into the Gary Brugman podcast. Prepare to be entertained.
Hello, America, and hello, Texas. Welcome to episode 91 of the Gary Brugman podcast. It's going to be another hour of a lot of fun. I got my buddy Duano Weeks here with me. Got Angry Kev. Big Daddy Ruffneck joins us. We're going to talk about him. Hold on to something tight because we're going to be bouncing off all kinds of guardrails today. So, let's get to it. Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Excellent.
Good, good. Hello, America. Hello, Texas. Welcome to episode 91 of the Gary Brugman podcast. It's going to be a good episode. I got all my brothers here today. I am stoked for this episode. I'm really happy about it. What I'm not happy about is this dedication that I got to give out because it really breaks my heart. But this episode 91, is getting dedicated to Detective Jason Rivera and Detective Wilbert Mora of the NYPD, who were gunned down a couple of weeks ago in Harlem from the 32nd Precinct during a domestic. Officer Mora donated all of his body organs and has since saved 5 people with his organs. And that's even after death, he's still serving. So Detective Rivera, Amen. Detective Mora, the 32nd Precinct in Harlem, New York City Police Department. This episode's for you guys, man. So
Rest in peace. We got it from here, brothers.
We got it, man. We got it. So episode 91, man, we're getting there, TJ. Remember when you and me were doing episode 3 and 4?
I remember recording the intro in my bathroom because the acoustics made it sound like I was a radio transmission, out in the field.
Yeah, hold on. You mean this one?
Yo, 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 it's your man's Big Daddy Ruffneck.
That was recorded in my bathroom, master bathroom in South Carolina.
Hey, we're a professional actor.
Toilet.
Dude, you know what? We're moving up in the world. We're moving up in the world. We're getting like the Freedom Friends. This is becoming a mediocre podcast now.
A mediocre.
So I'm really excited today. You know why, TJ?
Why is that, Mr. Brugman?
Because you gave me some really fucking great news.
Didn't I?
Yes, you did. So as everybody knows, my brother TJ has had his bladder, prostate, and everything removed. He's got a mangina now. Peas out of a bag.
Want to see it?
No. No, you show us every episode.
Not show and tell.
No. But today, and he had stage 4 cancer because they found some masses in both lungs and his stomach, and he's been enduring chemotherapy. A couple of episodes ago, we got him to draw some eyebrows with a Sharpie on himself. I was trying to get him to do the little Hitler mustache last time around, but I couldn't get him.
No.
Or a little Fu Manchu. But share with us what you were told today, brother.
All right. Well, I spent the entire day and half of my evening out there at the cancer center, Holling Center for Cancer. And I got a CT scan done before going into my 4th round of chemo. And after I get my blood test and all the results come back, I go and see my oncologist.
Right.
And she was ecstatic, jumping up and down. I said, "What's going on?" She said, "I can't even find the cancer that we saw 3 months ago."
Yes, baby. Yes, that's awesome. Dude, I wish I had an applause. All I got is laughter, but
I'll take it. So yeah, she did a side-by-side comparison, man, and the cells are just like wispiness, like
no kidding,
breaking apart and almost gone. Totally. No masses at all.
That's awesome.
Dude, I am so happy. I told you we were praying for you. I told you were going to beat this shit. I told you the whole time. I said, dude, stay strong. You got this. You're a stubborn old mule like me.
Stay strong.
You're a stubborn old mule like me. And, you know, dude, I almost died of COVID. And, dude, my doctor that put me on the vent visited me at the other hospital and told me, hey, when we put you on the vent, me and my team looked at each other and we said, 3 or 4 days max. And every day we go to work.
But
and
they didn't know the real Gary Brugman.
That's right. He said every day they went to work and they checked with the off-going shift. And they were like, is he still here? And he was like, still here. He goes, for some reason, you just wouldn't fucking die.
Nope.
So, and I knew you were going to come out of this, bro. I knew it.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God is great. God is powerful. And that's what did it, brother. That's what did it.
Yes.
You know,
he's merciful too.
I'm so happy. So what happens now, bro?
Okay, so now to boost up my red blood cells, because what the chemo does is stop cell production ultimately.
Right.
So they want to give me a small blood transfusion at my next dosing, and they want to add 2 more. So they want me to go 6 rounds total.
Okay.
So
you still have to take more chemo?
Of the chemo. And then after that, it'll be antibodies. Just go back, get tested, get some antibodies put in me, and, just maintain.
Hey, I've got all kinds of extra red blood cells. Did you want to borrow mine? I'll give you some of mine.
Plasma. Yo, Kev, go donate your plasma twice a week for $1,500 a hit.
Wow.
No
plasma
kidding.
is big business right now. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you get his plasma, won't you get fat?
I don't know.
You might get angry because
you get angry.
Dosage.
That's right. That's right.
If I get Native American blood put in me, does that make me Native American?
I don't know. We can ask. What's her name that said that? Was it Elizabeth Warren that tried to say
Pocahontas?
You already got some Puerto Rican in you, don't you? Want some?
Easy there, cowboy.
Want some?
Enough about me. Let's go to this guest that we have with us.
Dude,
sitting there patiently waiting, laughing at all our jokes. So
you know, not for nothing,
right?
Not for nothing. This is my show, and I'll say when we go to the guest, I'll click him off right now. We won't even have him. How about that?
Okay. Now
you like to talk about yourself. I don't like to talk about myself. So keep it moving.
Hey, Duano, welcome to the podcast, bro.
Hey, welcome.
All right.
We've been talking about this for weeks, and last time he had an event to go to, and we were supposed to have him on, and it's for some reason it just never happened. So, I don't feel bad for you, Duane, because you asked for this.
I knew what I was getting myself into. It's okay.
All right. So, real quick, everybody, I've known Duano for about 20 years, right? About 20 years.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, since 2000, yeah. And maybe even 99, I don't know. But we've ridden motorcycles together. We've hung out. We know each other real well. He's been through the whole thing. He's been through my ordeal from the get-go, Yep. So, and right now, he was a Precinct 3. He was a constable. And now he's running for Justice of the Peace of Precinct 3?
Yep, Precinct
3 here in San Antonio.
And I'm still a constable. I'm still out there on the street.
All right, good.
Nice.
You know what I like about Precinct 3 is Precinct 3 has the coolest cop cars in San Antonio.
We think so. They don't like them. The county doesn't like them, but we like them.
Yeah, no.
What's different about them?
Just police. It says police in big bold letters instead of constable in big bold letters.
Yeah. And they're white and blue, and it just the way they just goes together. It's not too much. It's not. It just goes together real good. They look really bad. Whenever I see them, I'm like, oh shit, slow down.
Make you pause real quick when you're driving.
So
I can see those big bold letters.
So Duano, the platform is yours, man. For people that are watching this, what are you planning to change that the Justice of the Peace now isn't working? Because if they were, you wouldn't be running, would you?
There's a couple different reasons. Number one, Wentworth is stepping down, Judge Wentworth, and he needs to step down. I mean, he's been there for 3 terms. He was a senator for 25 years before that. He's done no in-person hearings whatsoever. We've done 1 jury trial in the last 2 years.
Wow.
So there's nothing being done in court. The cases are backlogged. The morale is down on the clerk's side. There's just some things that need to be changed over there that I've sit and witnessed and saw. There's some shortcuts that we can take over in the clerk's side to make the job easier on the side of the constable's office that hasn't been getting done. He hasn't wanted to deal with it. The court manager doesn't want to deal with it, and I know it needs to be done. So that's the first change I'm going to do is get in-person hearings back and get the shortcuts done. Because if they're in the office doing stuff, that's county money. So that's going to save money just off the get-go. And we're not out there on the streets taking care of business like we should be.
Right. So, because everything's backlog and it's just the
Yep.
cases aren't going through. So,
Nope, not at all.
so how long have you been a constable? I mean, I know, but the people don't know. And also, how long?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. 13 years as of May.
13 years as of May. And for the people that don't understand, what's the difference between a constable and the sheriff's department and the police?
Okay, the sheriff and the constable are called constitutional officers. So they have the right to take people away from people. In other words, writ of attachments for children, like parents who are supposed to have their kids, take them away. We can actually take your house and your property. That's a constitutional officer, like a writ of possession or writ of attachment. There's several things that you can do to take property away. City police are what they call municipal officers. They don't have any kind of constitutional right to take that. So we do the same thing that SAPD does and more.
Right.
So we have the most jurisdiction of any police agency in the state of Texas, with the exception of the Texas Rangers or the game wardens.
Right. So where does the constable and the sheriffs fall? Do the deputies, do they work hand in hand? Is it because when you get arrested by a deputy, do you go in front of the justice of the peace, or you go in front of the magistrate?
Yeah, you'll go. Well, we take the max too. It just depends, because all you do in the JP courts is you do Class A, Class B. They go before the judge. Pretty much traffic court, all your eviction processes, which that's a nightmare as it goes right now,
Right.
with COVID. And then your writ of attachments, writ of possessions, writ of sequestrations, anything, all your civil stuff gets done through the constable's office.
Roger that. And like I said, I knew that. I just want to get it out there for the people.
Yeah, sure.
And how many precincts are there here in San Antonio? Ain't there 4?
There's 4. There's
correct. 4, right? There's 4. So
Just in San Antonio area.
yeah,
Yes,
in
Bexar
Bexar County, yeah, in
Bexar
Bexar County,
yes.
and 4 plus the Bexar County Sheriff's Department.
Right.
So
Well, the sheriff's department still patrols all the precincts. It's just when they write a ticket, the area they're in, they have to go to the JP where the area they're in, the precinct they're in.
right.
Okay.
I actually got off of one because of that, because the guy wrote me in the wrong precinct. Yes, I happened to be on my motorcycle for that one too, but it was a blessing. But yeah, so here in San Antonio, do you see this war on law enforcement that's been happening, across the country? Because one thing about Texas, and don't get me wrong, there's crime in Texas. One thing about Texas is still pretty old school. Even in the liberal cities like Dallas and Houston, they're still pretty old school. But this whole war on police officers, like what they did to Officer Mora and Officer Rivera up in New York, I mean,
No, you don't really see the attacks on police officers. Obviously there are still shootings, there's still crime for police officers. The attacks we see are from Commissioner's Court here in San Antonio. They're the ones that cut. We just recently got our officer back. They cut our agency. Every one of the agencies in the precinct was cut by 9 officers. We only had 18 to start.
So they literally defunded the police here in Texas.
Mr. Wolf himself did that. He was the precinct 3 commissioner.
Yep.
So he left out, and Trish DeBerry took over, and she actually got us our spots back. She's the one that she's a Republican and went to bat for us, and now she's running for county judge to take the other Wolf out.
Nice.
So he's retiring also.
Good.
Yeah.
And that's what we need, because even cities that were yelling defund the police, like Minneapolis, voted to keep the police because they realized that they needed it.
Yeah, because 911 doesn't show up if 911 doesn't exist.
Exactly. Go ahead.
They keep in law enforcement, but where they are making the changes are in the courts.
Mm-hmm.
Like in New York, the problem is the courts, the DA. The DA is not prosecuting certain cases. The governor's shutting down on what is it? Bail on bail
reform.
Bail.
Yeah, bail
Yeah, they're
reform.
letting everybody walk. You get arrested for a felony in New York, you're walking by that evening. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And that's where the problem lies.
Well, people do the research on the DAs, even here in San Antonio. Look who the political backers are for the, several cities across the country. Who's paying their fund to get them in court?
George Soros.
There you go.
There you go.
To include the city DA right here in San Antonio.
Yep, for sure. And again, people, we got Duane Weeks. Duane Weeks, he's a brother of mine. Goes by Duano. He's running for Justice of the Peace in Precinct 4 here in Bexar County.
Precinct 3.
Precinct 3. I'm sorry, we have 4. Precinct 3. Hey, do you have a website?
Yes, it's DuaneWeeks.com. That's DuaneWeeks.com.
All right, and everybody check out. It's gonna be right here, Duane Weeks. I'll put it right there at the end of the show. Make sure you go there. And is there a donate button there so people can donate to your campaign?
There is definitely a donate button.
All right,
cool. We're trying to buy a Cadillac on a Chevy budget. So
I get that. I'm on 2 campaigns right now, and I'm working with Victor Avila, who's running for Texas Land Commissioner, and we've been doing a whole bunch of stops and everything. And his biggest opponent has a $2 million purse, So, but he's in the lead, and that's a blessing. So we're gonna do everything we can on this show to make sure that you become the next justice of the peace. So, anything else that you're gonna throw out there that we want to know that will make people vote for you, like myself? Because you haven't convinced me yet, bro. I don't know.
I haven't convinced you? Well, I would say right now that the people I'm running against know nothing about a JP court. They're all attorneys or they're previous DAs. They have dealt nothing with a JP court. A JP court, like I said, deals with the traffic and your civil stuff and your eviction court. I'm definitely the most qualified person there is. I've had on-the-job training. I've been there for almost 13 years. I've been side by side by 3 judges in the past, which was Baker, Donovan, and now currently Judge Wentworth. I have paid attention to everything they've done. I'm a U.S. Army veteran, so I know I've been protecting and serving my country. Now I'm protecting and serving my community. I'm a current police officer. When you see me, I'm just changed out of police uniform, gone to a political event, gone back to the office and changed back into the police uniform and went back on the streets. So,
amen.
My heartness, my goal to be when I become judge is that when I walk away from being judge is for everybody to say that's the best JP that Precinct 3's ever had.
Yes.
Amen.
Nice.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
And I could definitely get behind that.
And one last thing, on my business cards and on my website, it says not here for the politics, here for the people. It's time to get politics off the bench and put law enforcement on the bench where it belongs that knows how to enforce the law.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed. 100%. You know what? You just gave me an idea. I should run for an immigration judge. Man, I'd make a good immigration judge. This would be a clean freaking county.
Yes, mio.
I had a comment, Gary. I'm not even going to say, but I'll just keep it to myself.
But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this campaign that you got going on. I'm looking forward to riding bikes with you again here soon, which I haven't done for a while. I had the COVID and my bike's back on the road, but we're gonna hit that road again here soon. And
Me too. I'm with you.
Oh yeah, homeboy's been riding. Homeboy's been riding. But I mean, Bexar County compared to all the surrounding counties, even as far as Harris and Tarrant County, what's the crime rate here like?
It's actually not as bad as you would think it'd be. It's more a lot of your city crime is up, but San Antonio, from being around it, is growing out tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look where Bernie used to be, and now look how big Bernie is, and look at Helotes.
Yep. Yep.
And now Helotes just got recently redistricted into Precinct 3 now. That's all Precinct 3 now.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, we have all of Helotes now.
Wow. We
lost some of the medical center area. So it basically bumped up the GOP Republican side by 14 points in Precinct 3.
Nice.
So definitely the stronghold on the Republican side.
So what do you think about this city turning red again here soon? Because it's a blue city right now. And I remember when it was red 20 years ago, it was a very conservative town.
I can tell you why it's going to go red again. Biden. One word. Biden. These guys are paying $75 at the gas pump. They used to paying $40 when Trump was in.
Exactly.
That's why. When I was doing my petition signing, I can't tell you how many people, when we were looking up their voter ID numbers, were hardcore Democrat, soft Democrat, that all signed my petition knowing that I was Republican. I'm telling you, there is a huge change coming in the future. Yes,
and that's what I wanted to hear. That's what I was trying to get out of you.
Red wave coming.
Exactly. So getting back to the JP part of this, are there any other changes that you're planning on making? I mean, anything major other than pushing all the backlog cases through?
Yes.
I mean, any big changes that we can talk about?
Yes, I want to also one day a month I want to run a Saturday court. for the people that can't get out when they're working 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. That's when we're open. So if you've got to get, you've got a traffic citation or you want to file a small claims case, you have the opportunity to come down there on a Saturday and don't have to worry about finding a babysitter, taking off work and losing money. I'm going to do one night a week during the month. I want to do a night court. Same concept. If you just can't get a babysitter, both the husband and wife are both working. This gives you opportunity for whoever needs to come to court for whatever it may be to, file an eviction or deal with an eviction that just doesn't have the availability to lose money. So I'm working for getting the people what they need. I've been listening for years, and it's time to make changes.
And that alone right there is a big, big plus, man, because there are a lot of people that can't make it to court during the week.
That's right.
Exactly.
And then they have a warrant out for their arrest and incur more charges. Now they get a failure to appear. They finally show up to court. They've got all the warrant fees. Their $175 ticket is now $550. Right. And it's all because they just couldn't, there's nurses out there and doctors and teachers that just can't get away, right. And they, unfortunately, good people, make mistakes, speeding, as well as I do. Right. This happens. And this gives them the opportunity to at least they don't lose money doing this. They'll be able to call in and reset it for one of the Saturday courts or the night court. And that's how we help them out. At least it makes it a little less painful.
Right.
Now, if those night courts and Saturday courts are successful, would you expand to just more than one night a month or one Saturday a month?
By all means, if the people like it, if they really appreciate it, then you better believe it. I'm serious. I'm here to make this a better place for the people.
That's great.
That's what needs to happen.
I think going to a JP court, when you show up for there, it's kind of like going to your proctology appointment. Nothing's good.
Oh, Duano! Duano's a regular guy. I love it.
So, I can't even talk now.
He's a regular guy, man. He knows you don't wipe to the front. Your ball sack's not a mud flap. Come on.
So, in your days out in the field, in your past 12, 13 years, and I'm reverting this back to the situation we have now, do you come across a lot of illegal aliens here in San Antonio?
I might have come across them inadvertently, not, when we do writ of possessions for evictions,
right.
A lot of times by the time we get there, they're already gone, but you just kind of know they've been, we found doors that were open where they just kind of set themselves there and just, they moved out when they were told to move out by eviction process.
Right.
But, we don't see a lot of it, in San Antonio, at least I don't, but I'm a Monday through Friday guy too, 8 to 5. So I don't know, night gets dealt with.
Plus, they avoid badges like the plague because, they think that every police officer can arrest them for immigration, which they can't,
sure.
But that's their fear. So by the time, hey, you got to go, next thing you know, boom, they're gone, Yep. So move the whole family of 76 right out into the little Mazda Miata and let's go,
What is it? The empanada factory?
The empanada, yeah, exactly. The whole situation, and again, that's why this thing's going to change. This whole situation on the border that Biden's created. We had a perfect border before, and we're only 2 hours from the border, man. We're only 2 hours from the Rio Grande. Everybody thinks San Antonio is just, in the middle of nowhere. It kind of is, but Mexico's only 2 hours away. And we had a perfectly safe, controlled border. And then this administration came in, rolled everything upside down, turned everything backwards, deleted everything, just did the opposite. And this is a situation that we're in here today, And out in Arizona, California, New Mexico, and all across Texas, it's just crazy, man. They're averaging 5,000 to 7,000 people a day come into this country, and Border Patrol is a complete
down.
Oh yeah, the morale's down. Just like whenever a Democrat is in charge, the morale goes down because everything sucks. And what's really scary, man? What's really scary is I'm thinking back. I was having this conversation the other day, thinking back. Bill Clinton would have been considered almost a Republican or a moderate Democrat today.
Yes.
Yes. The whole Democratic Party now is just completely different than what it was in the days of Clinton. Shit, even Kennedy. It's just a different kind of Democrat now, and it's just scary for this country because, our Our country's not safe as far as immigration, and who else knows what's coming in there. The drugs coming through, the agents' morale. I got a text from Joe Pags yesterday, and he says, "Hey man, tell me, why is anybody even still working for CBP?" You know, and I told him, I was like, "Dude, we're still the first line of defense, whatever's left of it, but we're still the first line of defense." And basically, it's the oath, man. You've taken the oath, Duane. You've taken the oath. We've all taken an oath to serve, and that's what's important. But it seems like when you get up here, when you get up into the management or the bureaucratic end of shit, it just all goes away. And you know, and the field troops are hurting. The guys on the street are hurting. The guys on the river are hurting. You know, they want more, and they're not getting more. All they're doing is getting yelled at and getting pushed aside and getting their jobs cut. You know, I mean, it's just crazy. So
and the other problem is too is, you know, the new recruits coming, you know, there are people that thought about one day about, oh, I can't wait to be a police officer, like running the other direction, because they know that if they get in anything, people aren't going to have their back anymore.
Right.
You know, their agency won't have their back. If there's the slightest bit off, you know, on policy, then guess what? They're going to get left out, hung out to dry.
Exactly.
Throw them under the bus. It's crazy.
Who you telling?
I know, brother. That's why I said it, because you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
You know,
yep.
that's.
And you know what the crazy part is, Duane? Is right now I'm in a back and forth with TCO because they won't let me go to a police academy because I want to wear the badge again, even if it says a reserve. You know what I mean? I want to wear the badge again because I never finished serving. You know, and they're telling me that I got hit with a civil rights violation, and I got forgiven for it, and I got my rights given back to me because I was pardoned for it. You're forgiven, but it didn't exonerate me. They said the crime still exists. You were forgiven for it, but you weren't proven innocent. You were still guilty. You weren't proven innocent, so you're disqualified from going. And I'm fighting it because I was talking to a couple of people. I was actually talking to the Bill Wayburn, the sheriff of Tarrant County, and he says, "Gary, I'm going to try to help you, but you got to get past the administrators. You know, the people that answer the emails. You got to get past and you need to get into who runs TCO. How do I do that? I'm going to try figure that out for you. So there's got to be some kind of a waiver or something. I can't be the first guy that's been pardoned that wants his badge back. You know what I mean? So
well, I don't know. With what you went through, you would think that nobody would want their badge back. They didn't have your back the entire time.
Yeah, right.
You know, Duane, let me tell you this, man. And you already know this. Of out of everybody here, you know this the most. Is, you know, I do real estate, and you know me, I drive trucks. I've worked in the oil field. I've worked at I've done everything, and it's good work. None of it's my passion. Law enforcement's my passion. You know, that's the only thing that brings a joy to my heart that I think about every day. You know, and I would have been eligible for retirement back in 2018 at age 51 with 29 years of service. And I'm just trying to get there and finish serving the people. I never finished. It ain't for me. I live good. You know, I live
Become
good.
a volunteer fireman.
I live good. I live good.
Man, you know, I know what's going through your head right now. You know,
dude, you know what it takes to run into a fire?
No, I don't know what it takes to run into a fire. I never did that.
Nah, man, dude, and you know what?
I don't probably Gary is I don't know if he's got a big enough hose to be a fireman.
Damn. So that concludes this episode of the Gary Brugman podcast. Thank you for getting out. Oh man, no, dude. I mean, anytime you want to come back on this podcast and talk, I mean, it's your platform, and I'm here for you all the time. You've always been there for me for the past 20 years, and I'm here for whatever you need, man. Anything you want me to throw something out there, you let me know. You know. I just want to remind everybody, early voting starts February 14th, goes through the 25th, and then March 1st is election day to get us to the primary. So, if, you know, we're going to hopefully it's not a runoff, but if it is a runoff, then we'll have a runoff election on May 24th. How's that looking, though?
It's hard to say, man. I got people with big campaign budgets. I'm fighting.
Right.
I'm fighting. I brought a knife to a sword fight. So we're just doing what we can do.
So throw your website out there one more time.
It's DuaneWeeks.com.
DuaneWeeks.com.
Yeah, DuaneWeeks.com.
And make sure you donate whatever you can. I mean, I've been on I'm on 2 campaigns now, and it's whatever you can. $5, $10. The more zeros, the better.
It all adds up, man. Every dime of it. I'll find some way, if it means to go out and buy a couple T-shirts, buy a couple yard signs. Every dime makes a difference. It really does.
It does. And I'm on 2 campaigns, and I've had people giving, $5, $10. And I know you guys know this story. When I was getting my Mac 02 truck, remember I had my Mac 02 truck, Duano? So when I was getting my Mac 02 truck, people were donating money, and there was a little girl that wrote me a letter. I still have it, and I actually met her last year in Florida. She was a 7-year-old girl when she sent me the money. She's 20-something now, and she's going to nursing school. And she sold lemonade at her dad's poker games. And she says she usually gives the money to veterans, but he had seen my fundraiser, so I can get into business. And he told her my story, and she wrote me a letter and sent me $7.62. And I loved it because it's 7.62. But anyway, it was $7.62. and because that's what she collected in lemonade, and all that adds up. And that right there just changed my heart, and I still talk to her.
It's from the heart. That's
right.
where it came from. That was it wasn't about the money then, man. It's about the people behind you wanting you to be there. I think I've got a lot of pull in the community. A lot of people know me. The problem is getting it out, and that's
right.
what's cool. People I talk to, man, I'm constantly getting them like, it is time we took the politics off and put the law enforcement back on there.
Correct.
That's what we're going to do.
So I saw Duano last week. Me and Victor crashed this political campaign at a church. We were at one, and then somebody told us about this one. Victor's like, "You want to go?" I was like, "Yeah, let's go." So we kind of just like crashed the party, and it was actually pretty good because I didn't know that was happening. There were a lot of candidates there, and I never even knew about that. So
yep.
And I happened to see, what the hell was that, D?
It was Blistex. I know Kevin was getting to light me up for something, like I was putting on lipstick or something. So I had to make sure he saw it was Blistex.
Why you wearing lipstick?
I know that angry nice. Kevin look.
He's got those nice, supple, soft lips and smooth eyebrows. Are you sure that's not from running into a fire, the smooth eyebrows?
Yeah, right.
See? Always with you law enforcement guys. I don't want to get shot at. I don't want to run into a fire. Well, that's why we choose the professions that we did.
Exactly. I don't want to get herpes. That's why I'm not an EMT. So.
No STDs, please.
But we
Duano's just shaking his head like, oh boy.
Because I have so many things to say and I can't do it. I got to be politically correct.
God bless you.
Gary knows the things I could say. That's why he's like
we gotta save that for like when we're hanging out in person versus.
Yeah. He's trying to bait me in. It's not going to work.
No, but dude, you know what? I don't know anybody else that's better fit for that job that you're running for right now for JP, Justice of the Peace, Precinct 3. And dude, like I said, I've known you for a long time. You've always ran successful businesses. You've always been a professional, and you've always been a great guy to me. So I mean, there's nobody fit in my mind to do that job other than you. And I'm gonna push this podcast, and we're gonna do everything we can to get you there. I'm not throwing you off the show. We still got half hour to go. I'm just saying.
Half hour of torture left.
Yeah, right. He's like, damn, I thought I was out of here. So,
well, Gary, I got another podcast I got to do. Bye-bye.
Yeah, no, you're not going nowhere. Why do you look so bright today? You have extra lights on, or do you need to wipe your camera lens, or what?
No. I look like a cadaver, man. Look how pale I look.
Maybe that's what's throwing me off, man. You look like freaking a slice of Wonder Bread.
I need some sun, man. It's too cold in South Carolina to be outside these days.
Right. So
Get yourself a spray tan.
No, thank you.
So my friend Sarah Carter left today because she's going to go cover the police funeral in New York. So
Okay.
for Wilbert Mora, and we were talking right beforehand. You know that there was an actress that made them screwed up comments about them shutting the streets down, and there was a teacher in Coney Island that made some comments to his class about the officers dying too, and they both got fired, which is really rare for New York, because New York's
Complaining about the traffic.
Yeah.
The traffic and the detours and everything. They were complaining about that crap.
Because New York is as left as you can be, and for them to stand up and do this for the police is pretty amazing. I was pretty shocked. You know, but somebody asked me the other day, for anybody that hasn't seen the pictures, man, they estimated that there were over 45,000 cops in New York for those funerals. Right?
They were lying in the streets.
No, I know it was more, but that's what they estimated. That's the official number we got, over 45,000 cops. And there was a sea of blue down Fifth Avenue, right? A sea of blue. And somebody asked me the other day,
getting misty-eyed.
Well, they asked me, what's so different about these, this cop that got killed? Why? I said, first of all, two things. One, New York City always shows up in force. But not like that. But not like that. New York City always shows up in force, but not like that. But I told him that I believe that three things happened there. That all those cops showing up, they showed up from other countries, from Europe, from South America. So three things that they're showing. They're showing respect to Detective Rivera. Tomorrow's Detective Mora. They're showing respect for Detective Rivera. They're doing a silent protest because there was silence, man. There was nobody talking. In a sea of 45,000, there was no noise at all. And the other thing that they're doing is showing, proving a show of force. They're like, we are here. We are here. If you want to really play this game, we are here. They're showing the force. They're doing a silent protest for the whole defund the police and stuff. And showing respect. That's my belief is what's happening with all that. That's why that happened that way, and it's gonna happen again tomorrow.
Have you seen the sorry, I get a little choked up talking about this though, but Detective Rivera, did you catch the eulogy that she did?
Mm-hmm. I listened to the whole thing. Yep. Broke my heart.
Very, very strong, powerful alpha female up there.
That is
I got chills just thinking about it.
And that is a person's nightmare. Yep. That's a person's nightmare, that you argue with your loved one and they don't come home.
And
and that's why I always, whenever I argue with somebody that I love, whether it's in a relationship or a friendship or a brotherhood, it's like, dude, you know what? We'll talk about this later. Love you later. Leave on good terms. We'll talk about it later. If we got to throw hands later, we throw hands. But always leave on a good note, man. Because that happened to me when I was younger. I had a friend of mine, and he had attempted suicide, and he tried talking to me, and I didn't know what to tell him. And he says, "Yeah." I said, "Dude, don't be cutting your wrists anymore." And he's like, "Nah, man, that hurts. Next time I'm gonna jump off a building." I laughed at him. I was like, "Dude, that's not even funny." He did it. Jumped off a building. And that haunts me to this day still, that I feel that he was calling out and I didn't hear, So, but it's just been crazy. Me and Duano have lost a lot of good friends here in San Antonio. Yeah. The last thing that I did, one of the last things that I did in uniform officially was Rocky Rojas' funeral. When he got gunned down over there on Fredericksburg Road. And we've lost a lot of cops since then. I just lost freaking Dudley, Dan Cox last year. And that just about broke me, But people don't realize what police officers go out there and do on a daily basis. Yeah, they know they go out there, put themselves in danger. They don't know what it takes. You know, just like being a fireman. You know, I always make jokes about running into fires, but I've ran into fires. You know, I've put out fires. I had a big fire on my ship one time. You know, main diesel engine, freaking diesel fuel fire.
You got to know how to fight fire in the Coast Guard.
Yep. And it's
just on the suit.
And it's just like insane, man. But again, Duano, any words you want to throw out here? Because feel free, because we're just talking. We do this all the time.
No, I just listen to you talk about you know, throw fists, but you know, I know you for a long time. You would never start a fight. So, you know, about that.
Duano, your nose is growing. Your nose is growing.
So much for that campaign.
You don't have to be nice to the host, Duano. You don't have to be nice to the host.
But
I'm just practicing for politics. You know,
that's what it is. That's what it is.
You got to butter up the host. You know,
you're not a politician. You're a regular guy.
You're right. I hate politics. I really.
That's
do.
why you're gonna succeed and win, my friend.
Yep. Exactly.
You know, you got to politic to get there, but you ain't got to politic once you're there. That's the problem. Half the politicians, half the people I know running for this position are politicking now, and they'll politic when they get there. Not me.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly, brother. Exactly.
See, I'm not using this job as a stair step to another career. This is my retirement job. So I'm not going to go in there with the idea of making anything next. I might not get reelected. You know, if I don't get reelected, I'll retire.
Right.
I'll have enough time with the county to retire. You know, the other people that are running, they're district attorneys and attorneys. They're trying to run to get that on their resume that they were a judge. So the next county court judge position that comes around or whatever, they're going to jump on it.
A stepping stone.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, a stepping stone.
This is the top of my peak. This is what I've been striving to get to. This is where I want to be. This isn't on the way up. This is the up. I'm there.
Right. Right.
Respectable. I like that.
It's like I tell Victor. Victor's running for Texas Land Commissioner, and he always thanks me for his help. I was like, dude, I'm running too. I'm running for Texas Land Commissioner driver. You know? I'm running for Texas Land Commissioner
chauffeur.
Yep. You know, hey, let me throw a couple of things out here real quick. Speaking about Victor, I don't know if anybody listening knows who Victor is. My brother Victor Avila. He's a retired ICE Homeland Security Special Agent. He was 10 years ago in February of 2011. He was driving from Monterrey, Mexico to Mexico City. Him and his partner in an armored SUV. They were picking up some equipment, and they got ambushed by Las Zetas cartel. And they ambushed the vehicle, ran him off the road. When they put the vehicle in park, the doors unlocked. They opened the doors. They pulled them closed, tried to lock the doors, opened the windows. They stuck AK-47s in through the windows, killed his partner, shot Victor 3 times. They tried to get away again, ran him off the road again. And this time they managed to lock themselves in the vehicle. He's watching his partner bleed out. And they loaded the vehicle with over 150 rounds. But they couldn't get in. It was an armored vehicle. But the thing is, when they put it in park, the freaking doors open. So he wrote a book. It's all about it right here. It's called Agent Under Fire by my brother Victor Avila. You can get it on Amazon or go to agentunderfirebook.com. You can check it out there. And also, he's running for Texas Land Commissioner. So go to Victor Avila TX. That's VictorAvilaTX.com. And donate to his campaign as well. Go to Duane Weeks, Duane Weeks, WEEKS.com. And donate there as well. Stop being cheap. Put a couple of zeros at the end of those numbers. Send them over there because this is what this country needs. We need to get these people elected. We need to get these people elected to save our country because we don't know what's coming, man. We don't know what's coming, and it's just crazy. Another book y'all need to get.
We need people that are going to stand up for the people.
Exactly.
That's what we need.
Yeah, we need people that are going to do what they say and say what they do, basically.
Yeah,
we don't get anymore.
Yeah, man.
And believe me, I'm the last one that ever thought I'd be involved in campaigns. But the way this thing's going, you know, it really pisses me off when people say, I didn't even vote. My vote don't count. Every vote counts. Yes, we have election fraud. Yes, we have dirty people out there. But if you don't vote, you're basically giving the vote to the person that's not supposed to be there. All right, so vote for a good candidate. Ask around. Do your research. It's not that hard. Another book you need to get, John 15:13 by my brother John Nicholas Castle, John St. Nick. It's a great book. He was a police officer. There we go. It's a great book. He was a police officer, and he ended up going to do contracting with Dynacor in Blackwater. It's another book you need to get. We need to do a shout out to Patch Ops, who made the Gary Brugman PVC patch. Patch Ops, we love you. Go to patchops.com or Patch Operations on Instagram. Check them out. Talk to my buddy Tim and Michelle. They'll totally hook you up. One more book you need to check out, Welcome to Blackwater by my brother Morgan Lorette. This is a good book. It has me laughing, has me on edge. It's just crazy, and I still think the back cover should be the front cover. But
I was just about to say, what does the back look like, Gary? Show us the back.
And also, I need to shout out 5150 Rifles. 5150 Rifles. Thank you for taking me a shot show. All these will be at the credits here at the end. I'm going to roll them up so you can check them out. I'll put their Instagrams on there as well. COVID has got me tired.
Yeah.
COVID's got me tired.
Yeah.
All right.
You sure that's not age?
No, bro, it's COVID. It's COVID. Dude, I'm younger than you. That's not true.
It's his favorite excuse
I
now.
was going to say it's his crutch. That's his crutch.
Dude,
Favorite excuse.
Dude, I'm still older than all of you. Y'all stop it. Hey,
fun.
and this guy escaped from me. We need to find him again. Sheets Madroz.
Oh.
All right. Sheets Madroz. It says it right there. All right. There's a rumor he's hiding up in Colorado somewhere. So anybody?
It's not Canada.
Be alert. Be alert. Be very alert.
Yeah, he might be hiding in the truck heading to Canada.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Searches.
So last week we were talking about something after the show, and we need to bring it up because this is how ridiculous. This is why we need people like Duane in office, people like Victor, people like Chad, all right? Because this shit's just got to stop. So a teacher got fired last week because she wouldn't meow back to her student because he was identifying as a cat. The school went as far as putting a litter box in the bathroom because he was identifying as a cat.
What state was this in?
Kevin, do you remember?
Is it my state? Or
I think it was California.
I thought it was Cali. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was California.
I would have went in there and said I identified as a Rottweiler and just whooped his ass. I'd have been like, get out of here with your meow freaking crap, dude.
And that's angry kid
You know
for you
how
right there.
How fast you would meow going?
Yeah, you know how fast you're going. Hurry up, meow.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't want to meow at the kid. Hey, I need you to take your seat right meow. You know?
That is like the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever heard. Like you're trying to force somebody to identify as a specific animal. Then how far does it go? Then you can start, like I said, you can say you're a dog. What if you want to be a horse? What do you want to be a chicken? You're not supposed to put all those animals in a freaking cage. I'm a tiger. I'm going to rip you apart. How about that?
Right?
I identify as a meat popsicle.
Right?
A meat. Well, we already knew that about you. But I mean, this is, and a part that scares me is you got Russia and China, and these people were getting ready to attack Taiwan, attack freaking Ukraine, and we're over here worrying about meowing to fucking kids.
Yeah, it's a good time to start absorbing other countries, I guess, huh?
I don't know how I would respond if I walked into a bathroom and I caught like a full-grown man squatting in a litter box. Dude, I'd probably run over and kick him in his ass or something.
Oh, I'd kick him right in the litter box.
He'd have him over with the litter box in it. Just be like,
he'd have that kitty litter stuck all over his sphincter.
I'm telling you, man. I mean,
like real important stuff, like you're saying, Gary. Like, why aren't we focused on things like China and freaking Russia and everything?
So, Duano probably remembers, but I used to volunteer 10 plus years ago. I used to volunteer at the USO in downtown San Antonio on the weekends, right? Every weekend for almost 2 years. I was there on Saturday and Sunday for 2 years. Always, right? It was me and my girlfriend Patty back then. We did it together. And then one day,
I've seen Patty.
And then one day, dude, these, we were the people at the front desk that come in and check the IDs and stuff, right? this airman comes in dressed as a freaking Hooters girl. With the
remember you told me
with
about
the
this.
shorts and a crop top and I'm like, whoa. I was like, what are you doing? He goes, oh, I'm in the Air Force. I'm like, and I said, you can't come in here dressed. It's my birthday. I said, I don't give a shit. I said, you need to come in here. This is you come in here representing the United States military. You're not representing the military looking like it's my birthday. I said, dude, get the fuck out. You're not coming in here. And he made a complaint to the guy, and the guy's like, wow, it's his birthday. I'm like, no. That's not, he's not coming through me. He's not coming through me. Right. I told him, I looked at him right in his face. I got interested. You know, there's people younger than you. There's little kids on the other side of the world training to fucking kill you. And you're over here dressing up like a freaking Hooters chick.
And then Gary slipped a 1 inside her bra.
Come to my office.
Said I'll see you after the show.
I'll catch you later for your birthday after party.
Airman.
Hey now.
Airman.
Hey now.
Airman, you're coming with me.
Airman, meet me back behind the dumpster.
Airman, I'm Shore Patrol.
Right.
There you go.
Let me show you my billy club.
All right.
Crazy.
All right, wrangle it back.
People think that this direction that we're going in is acceptable, is okay. It's moralless. There is no honor in anything anybody does. You know, there is no self-discipline with anybody anymore. It's like a free-for-all out there, man.
It's a fantasy world. They're trying to make it's literally grown. Well, I kind of use that freaking, I guess, sparingly, because it's grown people wanting us to like basically live and force us to live in their fantasy world as to what they think is acceptable.
Exactly.
Call me these pronouns, and they're making up like languages and stuff that don't even exist, and they want you to call them, you know, like I said, call me Z.
Right.
Or a purple unicorn or whatever. You're like,
man,
get the hell out of here. What are you talking about?
If you would have ever told me that the 80s and 90s babies are the ones that are trying to hold this freaking country.
I know, right?
Like, you're out of your fucking mind.
I know.
You know?
The tight jeans and poofed hair guys are the ones that are trying to keep it together now.
You know, my Sergio Tacchini outfit, you know, with the zipper down the here, with the wife beater on, you know? You're telling me it's in my hands?
You're talking about Tony with the Z Caparici and the Capizios?
Capiche, you get me. You understand me.
Hey, Tony, you want to take a ride in my Camaro? I just put some gas. Hold on, let me ask my mom. Hey, Mom, I'm going with Vinny in the Camaro. You stay away from his sister. She's a hoe. Did your mom just call my sister a whore? Yeah, but she is.
Look who's going to be at the Super Bowl halftime show this year.
Yes.
You see who that was?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Snoop Dogg, Eminem.
All the 90s rappers.
Yep.
90s and early 2000s rappers.
All the
The
anti-cop
true
people.
Yep.
All the anti-cop people. You
Nobody's
know?
going to understand what they're saying.
Right.
No. These guys actually understand them.
So
No, I know that we'd understand them. I'm saying like the new generation would be like, oh, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
They'd be like,
So-
what is this? They're
They're
talking about.
They're speaking the
They'll ask who
word.
the new music is.
yeah, right. So
They're like
Duane,
offended that-
we're gonna reel it in. We're gonna reel it in one more time, and we got about 5 to 6 minutes left. And I just want to remind people one more time. Duane Weeks, can you move over a little bit so we can see your poster right there? There you go. DuaneWeeks.com. DuaneWeeks.com for Justice of the Peace, Precinct 3, Bexar County, Texas. This is the man that's going to get the job done. I've known the man for 20 years. If you listen to this show and you're in this area and are voting, make sure you drop your vote for Duane Weeks in Precinct 3, Justice of the Peace, because you will not regret it, unlike most people that have already regretted this administration that we have now. But that's besides the point. We got a lot of things going on, a lot of big elections coming. Get out there and vote. Every vote counts. Don't think that your vote doesn't count. Every damn vote counts. Every single one. What was that big one where they were challenged in Florida? Was it Gore and Bush? I mean, that one was settled by 540-something votes. That was
the
presidential.
hanging Chad?
Huh?
That was the hanging Chad.
Yep. That one was settled by 540 something votes in the presidential election. I mean, it was crazy. So every vote counts, and it's really important that you get out there. Really important you get out there. Any last words, Duano? Because we got about another 5 minutes. I'll make sure I get you all the airtime I can.
I just want to thank you, man, for having me on. Like I said, we've been friends for a long time. I want to, say congratulations for kicking cancer's ass too.
Yes. TJ gets to hang out for another 100 episodes.
You know what that is, man? Times have changed so much that God is finally letting good people live.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
That's good.
And Duane, I brought this up last week, and little by little, people were starting to realize, like the shit we were just talking about. People were starting to realize the courts are making some good decisions lately. All right, the people were starting to open their eyes, like I mentioned earlier about not defunding the Minneapolis Police Department because they realized, shit, we need the police department. And just people are slowly coming together. The truckers are going up to Canada to fight their own war. I heard another line of truckers is heading towards D.C. Just everything is little by little falling into place the way it should because people are tired. The Border Patrol standing up to their chiefs, yelling at the secretary. They've had enough.
I love that video you posted the other day, or you showed us.
It's all over the news now, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm just wondering how scared that agent is that recorded it.
that's almost exactly like what Duane was saying too, though. Like that's where freaking you guys get to a high enough level. That guy that was talking, what was his name? The chief that was there?
Chief Ortiz.
He turned into a politician,
dude, and
he didn't listen to one damn thing. Like his guys were trying to tell him, like, no, we're turning our backs on what we're supposed to be standing up for. And the guy was telling him, we're not doing our job. Our hands are tied. We're like babysitters. All we do is process paperwork and turn people loose into the interior of the United States. And then he was like, that's your job. You're doing good. And you're like, no, you're not listening.
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
Like,
and all he even walked up on one agent. I mean, and I don't know him, but I know people who have worked for him because he was a sector chief of Del Rio, and he was a sector chief of RGV down in the valley. And dude, he has a reputation of being a great chief. Everybody loved him. Once he went up to became the chief of the Border Patrol, it all changed.
Start defending Mayorkas, and
I mean, I get it. His hands are tied. I get it, but then don't do the fucking job.
Yeah, retire. He has 30-something years in, doesn't he?
Well, don't do the dog and pony show.
Yeah.
If you're not going to let people know that there's a problem, you're doing a disservice to everybody that's underneath you. Like, you need to stand up for all your guys and be like, this is bullshit. We're not able to accomplish our mission.
Right.
We're not, you're just chopping our legs off from underneath us. It's ridiculous.
And that's it. I'll give you last word.
In the military, you know what I mean? Military, same thing. When I was in the Army.
That's the way. That's the way it is everywhere, bro.
Change platoons.
I'll give you the last words, Duano.
Just go out and vote for me. I promise you I'm the best candidate. 13 years almost of law enforcement experience, military veteran, nothing but the best interests of the people in mind. Put me in office. Look at the change happen.
What? And with that, we're going to roll out, people.
Oh, no. Well, that concludes this episode of the Gary Brugman Podcast. Please like and subscribe on social media. I'm your man's Big Daddy Ruffneck saying stay frosty and always watch your six.
Yeah, baby. Big Daddy Ruffneck is cancer-free. Cancer-free, baby. Congratulations. I want to thank R2 Ammo. I want to thank Sons of Liberty. I want to thank 5150, Spectre Holsters, Patch Ops. Thank you, everybody. Bullbag USA. Thank you, everything. Stay safe, stay vigilant, be savage. God bless y'all. God bless Texas, and God bless America, baby. Out.
Good job.
Recording stopped.
It's your man, Big Daddy Smooth Brows, coming at you live.